Hello, Taurus. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. We'll be doing a astrological forecast for you for the month of October 2019. This will be Libra season, your sister sign within the area of Venus, within the area of pleasure as well as children, aesthetic leanings on the higher realm of the communication zone. There will be an emphasis on communications that are grounded for you in a certain way. Your ego will be able to blossom, and you will be able to communicate clearly and succinctly and with a touch of grace this month. There may be also an instability. There's a resonance, but there's an instability or perhaps a loftiness on your approach. Be careful of your ego and its ability to root down as well as spring out of those roots in a certain way. We'll go ahead and start with a pre-shuffle using the Book of the Dead. Already I see a bit of spreading your energies into 2 or 3 or various commitments when it comes to your energy. There will be a great deal of it. Once again, your ego is being celebrated and you are able to love in a certain way, love mostly according to a loyalty to one of these commitments. Or perhaps spread your love to many various commitments, but do so in a regal way. Yeah, there's also an overall sort of flirtatious way of you going about your days, which are emotionally charged. But not only that, they are tempered alchemically with various other elements, including your heart space, its ability to expand or contract according to your will. You also have control over the overall variance of commitments. There may be a possibility of you also communicating this in a tempered way. There's an equalization happening when it comes to you speaking truths or perhaps mistruths. There is a recalibration of the way your own aesthetics come into play and your own philosophies and your own ideas, your own truths are coming to light in a certain way. And it's through shadow work that you are able to flesh out a number of these truths and philosophies that are coming to you in October. There may be a possibility of you also scaling in a certain way. Moving up a form of ascension for you, a form of ascent into some new idea, some hidden but also stabilizing manifesto. There is a new way of doing things for you, a new philosophy, perhaps an ego death, perhaps more feeling your way up into a new type of commitment that is essentially to yourself and for your own embetterment. when it comes to love, when it comes to a great deal of love, there is a way in which you are almost traveling the hierarchy of love, if you can call it that. You seem to be quite productive in a certain way. When it comes to this particular relationship, it is because you are able to transgress and rise above heartbreak when it came to making a choice, and you were able to convert this love energy into something more refined and find your sense of complete joy after making a choice. And this was a great transformation of you. You found justice in it. Very beautiful. There's also a secret here about a hidden contract, a contract that you have invested time but no longer are waiting for, in which you offered a great deal of love to someone who was kind of on the fence about their heart. It was a lack of the beginning. This is the past you moved away from, in which someone felt like they were left out in the cold, and someone was judgmental in a certain way, but no longer. And there was a sense of fate about it, a missed fate, a fate that wasn't to your design, but there was a great deal of emotions, and this was left behind. There was no beginning with this person. Your scaling, your ascent, comes at the cost of someone's power, because you have found the truth after feeling a great deal and going through a transformation that was seen but not felt. You were able to find your own power after a great deal of silence and give to yourself an emotional clarity with your lover, and were able to share with them in a certain way. But this lover, or perhaps you, may have manipulated your way into a process of non-healing, and it has led you into a type of vice or fear when it came to a type of regret, or perhaps remorse, or perhaps friends or family or something of the like. Perhaps another lover has let you down. Slow communication with this person. And there's also a codependence on a hidden aspect of the world. It's not that you're codependent on someone, it's that you're codependent on some universal natural law that is your key to victory and your key to getting over the past, getting over nostalgia when it comes to a connection from the past who has left you in a great deal of tribulation, but then transcending from that, and you're able to collect your resources and find once again your sense of identity after this past tribulation. All right, pre-shuffle is done. Very intense. I'm switching over now. Give me a second. All right, my dear Taurus, we're switching over to the Lenormand decks from Portugal and Spain, respectively, Cigana da Sorte and Legítimo Tarot, and they're combined alchemically. I will go ahead and start a shuffle and clear the energy of the deck. This will be an intuitive read combined with a spiritual trajectory, and also alchemical, so anything that will shift or transform in a certain way for your embetterment or your higher self, your Taurus, for the month of October 2019. One more shuffle and we'll get started. Okay. We have here the Cigano, Okay. So we have here a love situation. A love situation in which there was a way of divining a certain message. Something about your heart space has been corrupted in a certain way after a type of communication. The communication was given or was perhaps held back, but it was given and received in any way, shape, or form, particularly psychic. Okay? So there was a great deal of openness inside of you with the Queen of Cups in reverse. This openness was manipulated, or perhaps you were unable to control the valve of your emotional heart space. And something here was out of control, or perhaps was open or susceptible to a type of communication. Okay? This communication had to deal with possessiveness with the bear here. We have 15 breaking down to a 6, which is a regular thing for you. This person regularly possesses you in a certain way, and with the coming autumn, they will continue to do so. There's something about the Queen of Cups as well here that echoes a type of energy inside of you with the snake in reverse that is hidden, and it is coiled up in a type of shadow. It is mired in a shadow and is ready to explode, ready to spring out after an amount of dormancy. This energy overall is almost a toxic dynamic. I'm not going to say that you have toxic emotions inside of you. However, there's a great deal of coiled energy that is sexual as well as intuitive in nature with a snake in reverse. And there is a chance that it is romantic. This situation is romantic, and there is a great deal of unsaid or unexpressed emotions that has come from a source that has not been completely honest in their means of romantic expression. There might be a deal of coercion involved, or perhaps subtlety in this expression. Your emotions are repressed. Their intent is to possess, and you must be careful of this dynamic. If you want to maintain a degree of healthy emotions, I would recommend expressing them, right? I think that goes without saying. What do we have here? So why is the Queen of Cups in reverse? Okay. And why is the Knight of Swords in reverse here? Okay. 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 So you are revisiting, in a way, something that was begun, something that came about, something that was sexual in nature, that had passion, that had glory tied to it. There was also a great deal of ego as well as vision when it came to this communication that wasn't expressed, okay? I'm going to say that it wasn't expressed physically, but that it might have been expressed through this lover in a way of naivety, or perhaps laissez-faire, some type of hands-off approach. This person has gone through a great deal of contemplation for you to see the clarity in the nature of their love for you, which is primarily friendly, perhaps naive or childish. If they have romantic feelings for you, they are abundant, yet not fully matured in a certain way. And that is why the Queen of Cups does not trust. How can this Queen of Cups, how can Taurus benefit? How can they purge? Okay. So Taurus, I would say that within this lineage, within this flow of your ability to see a suitor or to see someone who is significant to you, you need stability of the highest degree. You need the Ace of Pentacles here. With a lover who is going to essentially heal you here with the Star. Perhaps you need some sort of providence or some sort of revelation when it comes to you healing a great deal of this pent-up emotion. This emotion for this person is being held back because the gravity around them, the general emotional and perhaps communicative block about them is not enough for you. It is not enough for you, and you have to release in a certain way so that you can heal. You need a new beginning, and with the pre-shuffle, with the Two of Pentacles, you need perhaps to deal with the quandary of modern love, the inability to commit to something that is tied to a type of love that is no longer resonant with the way humans are evolving. There is something about it, and I think that there is a possibility you will find this new beginning within yourself, because there is something about you and this person, or perhaps you and two people, that is not completely satisfying to you. Let's have a triangle of power for Taurus, and we'll close this off for you. Okay, we have the Square of Power. Great. Taurus, in the month of October, something needs to die. A cycle needs to end, something that has been quite overbearing on you on a physical level. Okay? Something about the lack of a message, or the lack of a boon, the lack of a type of gift, or perhaps a hidden gift. The hidden gift has to do with a contract that is not being obeyed here. It's not following the rules. Something about this soul contract is not fulfilling you in a certain way, and it has to end, or it has to be rebirthed through the transformative forces of Scorpio, which is coming up. It's coming up fast. Something about the stinger of Scorpio must enter the system and purge, have the ability to serve as the catalyst to purge anything negative outside of this relationship or outside of yourself. These emotions that are unexpressed need to transform because they are hurting you in a certain way, and they're not true to your higher calling, your own inherent gifts that you may have been subtly holding back. Okay? It's time for you to step forward and come into power, my dear Taurus. Come into your own emotional wealth and to give back to yourself and to heal and to have something that matters to you. Thank you.